guys that Apple hit a high of that 300. You know what I'm saying? You got Meta, right? Meta runs the Instagram ads. Meta runs the marketing. Meta runs, WhatsApp. They run that whole ads and marketing game. You got Amazon. Amazon is backed by the cloud, right? Amazon, everything that we usually use based off the internet comes from their web services, and they're the number one cloud provider in their infrastructure, right? You got Microsoft. We know Microsoft. Every time you go into a business or in a school, you're using something of Microsoft. Man, Microsoft got their Copilot. They're trying to get that all in offices. We got into coding. Microsoft got GitHub, right? They got their Azure services. All these companies, man, I'm getting at the fact that all these companies is in that AI race, and they're building data centers, right? So all these companies are trying to build the best AI for their specific niche. You got Meta, they're trying to build the best AI that can do the ads, personalization, right? Personalize your ads and rank your ads, rank your business. You got Google, they're gonna be trying to be the top search engine when it comes down to AI, ads, cloud, Microsoft, when it comes down to the best AI, when it comes down to businesses using AI. Amazon Web Services, best AI when it comes down to web services using AI. I'm getting at the fact that you guys just got to pick your poison, right? I talk about the S&P 500. I talk about getting you an index. That's the first step, right? So get you an index. But once you get into it, once you get out, after that index, get you and concentrate on a top company, right? Choose between one of these, whichever one you believe in the most, based off of their strategy. Meta, Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, right? You can eventually own all of them, but I want you guys, for the people who are looking to start, which one are you most familiar with, right? Which one do you gravitate towards the most? Me personally, right? This goes along with my top pick, right? Meta, right? Not only do I gravitate towards Meta the most because I'm a content creator, right? But Meta is at a good price because that also matters, right? If I know Meta is coming from the prices of near the 700s up here, let me go to the weekly time frame, and now we're at the low 600s, right? And we've even went to the 500s. That's a good price for a quality company. I want to be able to get the best bang for my buck. So Meta is my top investment for the rest of the year, and it's been my top investment all year. I want you to choose one and stick with it. SoFi, this has been a company that I had talked about for quite some time, right? This is a smaller cap company, but this is a more affordable company for the people who want to get into something, right? On top of the companies, when it comes down to these top tech companies, this right here isn't as proven as these top tech companies. So you're gonna need a little bit more breathing room. You're gonna need a little bit more caution, But this is a quality company. It's a smaller company, quality company. They focus on online banking, just like you said. Flash was just talking about how they're trying to get the banks going away from owning the stable coins, right? So you can't be able to have stable coins that are backed by banks. I'm correct?
Yep.
Boom, just making sure. So, SoFi, the same way the banks, they want you to be able to do everything within their bank, right? Those traditional banks, they don't want them to get to doing that, right? So, but you have banks such as Robinhood that were already brokerage accounts, right? SoFi, you have a brokerage account. You could buy crypto through SoFi and a bank and a checking account. Robinhood had already had a banking system. This is what I invest through. If you guys don't know, Robinhood is the platform that I invest through, but they also have a banking account. You have a spending account. You got a savings account, and they're going to make that even more high level. So, this is a future bet on the banks. And then you got Meta. Those are my two top picks for the rest of the year for anybody looking to get in the stock market, right? But once again, after you get started with the S&P 500 and index such as VOO, VTI, go ahead and choose you one of those top tech companies such as Meta, Amazon, Apple, Nvidia. You're already using them. Google, Microsoft. They're already consuming our world. That's where you should start. My pick for the rest of the year, once again, is Meta. Then you got SoFi, right? Those are my two. Third, I'll just put an honorable mention. Always VOO, VTI. Always buying that too. So for anybody looking to get started with the stocks, that's where I suggest you go. Crypto land, take us to the crypto land.
I got you, man. I got you. Let me put a screen back up. Crypto land. Let me see, man. How we coming? How are we coming for the crypto? Okay, so off the rip, for a more of a risky. So the way that you put it, right? You put the more secure investment, and then you had a little bit more risk involved when it came to your investment. So that's what I'm gonna do as well. For my actually, yeah, okay. So for my risk type investment, I'm going Flare. We're still sitting under a whole penny, right? Let me do the conversion real quick. See how many Flare tokens I could get if I had $500 just sitting around in a shoebox. Yeah, I just sold my expensive backpack, whatever. I got $500, right? I could buy six. Oh, you can't even see. Hold on. Can't even see. Hold on. I could buy six for $500. I could buy almost 60,000 Flare, sitting at 58,000 tokens, right? Now all I need Flare to do is go to 10 cent, and you can do the math on that. Bang. That is my one. My second, my more stable investment for the rest of the year is Canton, right here, sitting at 15 cents. They they are going to be used by the DTCC, and if you don't know, I've gone over in the Discord multiple times, but ultimately they oversee every market, gold, commodities, exchanges, every transaction within the stock market. The DTC oversees, and when they convert and tokenize that data, and as well as all of the transactions are going to be tokenized. So once they tokenize it, they're going to be using Canton to tokenize all of the transactions that happen every day of the week, that every market week, every market day. Sorry. So those are my two right there. My honorable mention though, let me peep. I'm probably gonna go a little bit more risky for this right here, Bank Social, for my honorable mention, man. Let me see. This right here is what they basically are is they help the credit unions gain access into the crypto market. So credit unions like Western Union, no, I think those are banks. I think Western Union's a bank, if I'm not mistaken. They help credit unions ultimately. They're gonna bring credit unions on chain. So business funding, everything that has to do with a credit union is gonna be brought on chain. So now let's say this one, because it is extremely cheap, it is 3 zeros here. When you see 3 zeros, come on, man, look. Now let's do 250. If we had 250 sitting around, that gets us around 555,000 tokens. You got 500,000 tokens for $250, right? So you can just for that same 500, if you had $1,000, if I had $1,000, I could get 1 million Bank Social, and then I can get 60,000 Flare. So yeah, those are my three right there: Bank Social, Flare, and Canton.